If I told you that you could control how people perceive you to be seen as the leader without even saying a word, would you dare to learn how? Most people think dominance is about being louder, stronger, or more aggressive. The truth, real dominance is silent. It happens in the mind before it happens in the world. In every room you walk into, only two things happen. Either you dominate the space or the space dominates you. The question is, which side are you on? Every group there is always that one person who does not even speak much, yet everyone pays attention when they do. That's dominance, and today I will show you how to build it. In this video, we will break down the dominance into core essence, not the fake, loud kind, but the kind that makes people listen, respect, and follow you naturally. A glimpse into history. We will travel back into time to see how dominance shaped ancient civilization, empires, and leaders. You will discover the secret pattern of influence that have controlled humans for centuries. Then we will dive into the practical roadmap. I will give you a step-by-step guide packed with the practical drills and exercises to develop subconscious dominance. These are not just theories. You can start applying them today, and then we will dive into why this roadmap work. You will understand the psychology behind every step, why these methods actually reprogram your presence, and why people naturally respond to it. Then real life example. Finally, I will show you a real example of someone who mastered these principles. You will see dominance in actions and how you can make it your own. By the end of this video, dominance would not feel like an abstract idea anymore. It will be a skill you can practice, perfect, and own. First thing first, we shall know the meaning of control. No, I'm not talking about that mediocre definition like control means being bossy, toxic. This channel goes somewhere beyond mediocrity. So let's dive into its actual meaning. Control is the ancient art of self mastery. It's not over other first, it is over self. True confidence does not feel like force, it feels like gravity. People lean towards it without even knowing. When you master it, you don't chase attention. Attention chases you. I know it could feel confusing initially, but trust me, I'm giving my 101% to add value in your life. Remember, the world always follow the one who mastered themselves first. That's why some people seems to control effortlessly. It's not ego, it's ancient power. Now you could be thinking how it could be an ancient power. Relax. Take a deep breath. I'm going to decode everything one by one that you never need any other video on controlism. Human history of control. Life in savanna. Humans live in small tribe on the African savanna. To survive, they had to hunt food and protect each other from predator. The core idea is control began not as an ego, but as a biological necessity for survival. Yes, you are right. Man and woman control differently. Man way of control is like by strength, aggression, physical dominance, whereas on the contrary, woman way of control is like by social intelligence. A woman who could quiet a crying group, guide emotion, and build alliances was just as powerful as the best hunter. Then why society still needs a control? Human nature has not changed in every group. From savanna to modern offices, people subconsciously look for one who to follow. Control is still invisible law of a human groups. The woman who embodies self-control plus present today is seen as the same way as the anchor of the Savannah tribe. That is why the Queen of Tears type feels so magnetic. She taps into the humanity's oldest instinct. Now it's the time for the most crucial thing in the process, and that is the practical roadmap to subconscious dominance. So people obey you without even asking. And there's a surprise. Did you know that you can rewire your presence in just 8 weeks? Stick with me because by the end you will have a roadmap that no one else is revealing except here inside Cashverse. So phase 1 is about a foundation that you have to practice for 1 to 2 weeks, whose goal is to train your body to default to stillness, space, and posture. But why? Because stillness is equal to power. Now you would be thinking how you could do that. Then I have designed a key drill known as the mirror drill. in which all you have to do is to stand in front of a mirror, shoulders back, chin neutral, and practice holding stillness for 60 seconds. Remember, you have to do it every single day of phase 1. If you miss any day, you have to start it again. I know it's very easy, but most queens don't even do that because they think that it is so easy that it hardly make any change. But remember, small things when done consistently yield strategic results. But those queens who have successfully gone through the phase 1 are welcome to the phase 2. Phase 2 is about the control of your eyes and pace, in which the goal is to subconsciously command attention with eyes and rhythm. So you have crossed the first gate and now you're entering the phase 2. This is where things get colder, sharper, and far more powerful. For the next 3 weeks, your mission is simple but deadly. Master the control of your eyes and your pace. Because here's the truth: in any room, the person who owns the rhythm owns the room. Your words don't need to be loud, they need to be controlled. Your eyes don't need to be vendor, they need to be command. Do you know studies show that the people decide whether to trust you in less than 3 seconds? Yes, you heard the right. 3 seconds. And most of that judgment does not come from your words. It comes from your gaze, your timing, and breathe. So how do you seize that power? I will give you 3 rules: simple, brutal, and transformative. Drill 1 is the eye contact. In every conversation, hold eye contact for 2 to 3 seconds before breaking away. Not a glare, not a stare, but an anchor. Long enough to create an impact, short enough to stay neutral. Drill 2 is the tempo training, in which every single day you have to read 5 lines. But here's the twist, Queen. Read them 20% slower than your natural speed. You will feel that drag at first, but that drag is power. It makes people lead in instead of turning out. So, phase 2 is not about words, it's about rhythm, it's about your eyes, it's about becoming magnetic without shouting, without chasing. Those who master this will notice something unusual. People will start waiting for you to speak. They will hang on your pauses. They will feel your presence before they even hear your words. Phase 1 gives you the foundation and phase 2 makes you unforgettable. And yes, there's phase 3 too. Those queens who survived phase 2, you have built control, and now it's time to turn control into command. Phase 3 is all about certainty and words, in which the goal is to make your voice equals leadership. Because words are not sounds, they are signals, and weak words like maybe, I think, kind of are tiny cracks that leak authority. So we raise them. Replace maybe with we will do this. Replace I think with I believe. Replace kind of with let's move. You are not speaking to fill air anymore, you are speaking to lead motion. Now, for your command practice, every day stand in front of the mirror, say 3 short commands like sit, stop, listen. It feels odd at first, but this trains your voice to cut through noise. And finally, the silence drill. In group talks, wait 2 beats longer than feels natural before responding. You will notice something unusual. People will start adjusting to you. That's presence in motion. Not louder, just slower. Not faster, just firmer. So, phase 3 is where your words stop being air and start being weight. So, phase 4, the chaos simulation. Congratulations, you have built rhythm, you have built control. Now it's time to test it under fire. Phase 4 is the chaos simulation. The goal is to make calm automatic. Your first drill, chaos rehearsal. Ask a friend, a sibling, anyone to argue, fast, talk over you, interrupt you. Stay still, breathe, lower your tone, hold your gaze. When the noise rises, your silence becomes power. Then comes the anchoring trick. When tension spikes, press your thumb and middle finger together. Your brain will link this to the calm dominance you practice. Phase 4 is where the training meets reality, where calm becomes weapon. Phase 5, the automatic presence. Phase 5 is the arrival point. Automatic presence. You no longer perform presence, you are presence. Your goal now is dominance without effort. Every gesture, every breath, every look, power without trying. Let's look in three rules. Rule of entry. Every new environment, slow, still, gaze. You don't enter to blend, you enter to anchor. Second one is the rule of speech. Every statement, certainty, brevity, and calm. Because the fewer words you use, the more they echo. Rule of energy. Every chaos, your rhythm slows the room. You are the metronome of composure. And when you reach this phase, you will not need to prove presence. You will radiate it. So phase 1 builds your awareness, phase 2 shaped your control, and phase 3 refine your certainty. Phase 4 tests your calm. Phase 5 is it makes you inevitable. We have seen a roadmap, but why this roadmap will work? So imagine walking into a room and instantly shifting the energy. People pause, eyes lock, stable gesture creates authority. This is not magic, it's exactly what each phases of roadmap built into you. So now I'm going to give you a real life example so that you can get a clear picture of how exactly this roadmap works. Queen of Tear never rushes. Every step is calculated, even in silence. Her body language speaks louder than words, which validates the first phase, that is, the body language. She rarely speaks much, but when she does, her sentences cut like blade. She uses pauses to create tension, altogether make perfect example of the second phase, that is, to master invisible signals. Also, she can walk into the chaos and make people obey without shouting, only by commanding with calm certainty. That fits the third, fourth, and fifth phase. That is the programming authority in speech, chaos simulation, and automatic presence. So I have just explained you how these phases work in reality. Now based on the research and analytics, here is the effectiveness of each drill. It is the visual proof that this roadmap is not just theory, but it is backed by practical measurable impact. I guarantee if someone followed it with full dedication, then she was surely going to dominate any room without any single effort. Now, Queen, if you get something valuable, then remember where does it came from. There's more coming on your way. Hit subscribe and wear the crown.